Oh my gosh, they're talking on the radio about beards and how beards can hold all kinds of germs and bacteria, yada, yada, yada. You know, oh my gosh, and that they're not healthy for you. And I'm here to tell you, I've had a beard now for, I don't know, 5 years. And I know guys that have had them, their whole adult life. I shower twice a day. My beard gets washed and conditioned twice a day. So there is no chance, and I brush my beard, there's no chance for fungus, mold, ticks, fleas, things growing in my beard. I hate that when they throw something out there. Beards are incredibly popular. So some dipshit, pardon my French, decides, well, I'm going to throw it out there that beards are unhealthy. And when men have had beards since forever. Adam had a beard. Noah had a beard. Abraham Lincoln had a beard. Many men had beards. Many men had facial hairs. Mustache, goatee. Many men, many prominent men, many wise men, and guys that couldn't take a shower every day. Oh my gosh, this makes me sick. I just want to tell the left, or these climatologists, just shut up. The more you guys open your mouth, the dumber you are. God, I read some, I utilized X's Gork 3, Chat GPT, and I like Chat GPT better. It seems to operate faster. Doesn't give me this long, drawn out, blah blah blah. And you ask it specific questions. You drill into specific topics, and then you can say, what, I think you're being biased. You're only giving me one side of the equation, and it'll come back and say you're correct. I missed this or I missed that. I don't know if it's done intentionally or what. I don't know. But when you really push, when you're really having a conversation with something or someone, you have that opportunity to push back and to get a different response. And sure enough, you do. And like one of the topics I was talking to Chat GPT about last night was Dr. Zahi Hawass, Egyptology, the building of the pyramids, how based on, so I said this to AI, I said based on AI's mathematics, engineering, yada, 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 its vast ability to tap into a Goliath of information, and keeping in mind it has that understanding as well. So anyway, I said, based on the tools that have been scientifically brought up, shown to the world, could Egyptians have built the pyramids with those primitive tools in the time frame in which they, what's I can't the other word, where they, the time frame in which they've told the world that it was 20 years. Man, this thing gave me the breakdown from cutting stone to dragging stone to quarrying the stone to the time that it would take with the primitive tools that were at hand, the number of tools that an individual would go through to do the work, and then just the copper and bronze tools. You should find hundreds of thousands of remnants of those tools throughout the Giza Plateau and surrounding areas, because they would work these tools down to nothing, to where you couldn't work the tool again, and unless they were smelting those tools over and over and over again. Then the other crazy theory is they would use polished copper mirrors down in these deep tunnels to shine light down there, and then it showed that at so many feet, shining light through down a tunnel, that every so many feet you would lose a certain percentage of sunlight, and then you would get to the point where boom, it didn't work. You couldn't keep casting the reflection Because one of the things that people don't talk about is the fact that when you look at the Valley of the Kings, and they were doing all these elaborate paintings, which would have taken them weeks, months, so on and so forth. There's no oil soot. There's no soot from lanterns or torches. None in the ceiling. Okay, so if they didn't have electricity, you'd have that there because of the time and the hours that you'd spent doing that artwork. So anyway, I'm grabbing my coffee. I'll hit you up on the next video. And thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, share the video, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think.